Yo, what's up everybody, it's your boy Sean Be Nice back again with some more Heat Rocket. Today, I'm giving you guys, they're technically tips and tricks, but they're really just first things people want to do when they're, when they kind of get their first time running it with the Note 9, or the first time running like kind of with their first Android device in a long time. So I got at least like 2 people that recently bought Note 9, and they kind of been asking like, hey man, what should I be doing? What's kind of like the first thing they need to do, and what kind of apps should I be running and all that. So this video is gonna kind of cover that. I'm gonna make sure it's not too long. We're gonna get straight to the point. So first thing I always tell people to do at least is set up iris scanner. So obviously to do that, all you gotta do is go to settings, biometrics and security, and then you would see like iris scanning. So what the thing is with this, you can go ahead and do Samsung Pay now. So the way I got mine set up is, I do Samsung Pay and I also do it to unlock my secret folder. Here's the thing with the secret folder, again, like I touched for you guys already, is when you can be able to set up a second fingerprint to get into a different part of your phone. So for all my people out there using this phone for work and for play, this is how you're gonna do it. So just to show you an example of that, this is my regular fingerprint. All right, index finger, close it. Now this is gonna be my middle fingerprint. And it takes it to a separate side of my phone. Got different contacts, different pictures, different internet sources, and you can actually download separate apps. So if you wanted to, you could have an entirely, when I say a separate phone, you can have 2 WhatsApp accounts. If you got a WhatsApp account on your regular phone, on the regular side of your phone, you have a WhatsApp on the LinkedIn side of on the secure side of your phone. So that's, as you guys see with my LinkedIn, my emails, I keep that separately from my Play side. So to set this up, all you wanna do is go to settings, so secure folder. You click on that, and then here you have the different options. You got lock type if you want to be locked with the PIN, dedicated fingerprints, or your iris scan, you can do that. You can auto lock your security folder on the phone the minute the screen goes off. You got notifications and data, and then you can also have it if you even want to show the secure folder, even like on your home screen anywhere else. You can hide it. The only way you be able to find it is either accessing with your fingerprint, which is even more fire. And these are the different accounts you can have. And now again, I have a whole separate side of my phone. So that's 2 things we covered so far. So iris scan, make sure you set that up because it kind of interacts with like a lot of part of your phone. And then definitely set up secure folder. Search secure folder, run through those settings, and boom, you'll be in tip-top shape. Now, another thing that you guys are probably noticing is like my phone looks kind of different than most people. This is the beauty about having Android device. If you come from an iPhone, like right now, as you guys see, I have the Android 9 Pie theme set up right here, as you guys can see. Right, so now to even do that, all you want to do is you can pinch the zoom on the screen, go to themes, and then you can go ahead and just type in whatever theme you want. So that, again, if you're new to owning a Note 9, we have our own theme engine. The one I'm particularly using right now is made by Camera Bunch. And you can see the different things that he got. He got Blueberry Pie, Material Dark. So I'll make sure I try to link these things in the description below if you want your phone to kind of look like mine. And but the actual theme app is called Vanilla Pie. That's what I'm running right now. As you guys see, I kind of got like blue accents everywhere and stuff like that. Also, another thing that most people are not using on their phones in my reason is Good Lock. Now this, I've been kind of waiting to kind of cover Good Lock for people, man. But if you haven't been using Good Lock, you're about to get put on right now. So with Good Lock, you got different things. So you can either create your whole new lock screen if you wanted to. You can customize your quick settings panel, which will be this here. You can change your task changer, right? So this is how this looks. If you want to change a task, this is how this looks. This is the task changer right here. Then you got routines, right? Now with routines, what makes this so dope is the fact that you can have your phone set up to automatically do something when you get somewhere. So for example, when I get home, I have Master always set up to go to my Wi-Fi the moment I'm within that GPS location, and I automatically click on my Wi-Fi so I don't have to do it when I come home. Even with charging, anytime my phone is charging, my always display automatically pops up, so I don't have to set up for anything. So there's a lot of different things you can set up. If you guys kind of want me to go a little bit more in depth to kind of show you how you want to set things up, let me know in the comment section down below. But for right now, it gives you examples on how to do this. So again, for people, even for power saving, right? So now when my phone automatically hits 30%, I don't know why Samsung got rid of this feature in the first place, but when my phone hits 30%, I automatically have to go to power saver mode. So again, that's right here. And you guys can see the code for it. If battery is less than 30%, turn on power saver mode. And it's literally that simple, and it even walks you through it. For example, you got the condition. If battery is less than that, boom, this is the action I want you to complete if this condition meets that. So it's very simple and it's cool. And it kind of looks like Android Pie for real now, and it's very fluid, very smooth. And you can even do the multi-apps here, multi-app windows. So if you want to go to maybe something like your calendar here in the theme store, you can do that because you can actually set up where any app can run split screen. So again, that's Good Lock 2018 edition. Make sure y'all check it out. Now, another good thing that came with Good Lock is the fact that you can kind of ghost apps. Now, again, most of you guys are not, so here's the thing, to even do split screen functions and multitasking, things like that, you may have to turn it on. So let's go do that first. So let's go make sure that that's actually on your phone. You wanna go to settings, you wanna go to multi-window, right? Search that, make sure both of those are clicked on, and then boom, you get to go. So let's say maybe you in YouTube, right? You can go ahead and minimize this, and let's just say it's getting on your nerves, it's kind of like, it's a little bit too cumbersome, or it's like blocking your view a little bit. So now with Good Lock, you can actually change the transparency of it, right? So you can hit it and adjust the transparency of it. So now you can barely see it on my screen, even lighter here, and it's still there. But now it's not as distracting if I wanted to check my Gmail or something like that. If I wanted to check, you know, Instagram or Bixby Home or whatever the case is, it's still there and it's still floating. It comes with like a little floating icon. So again, man, Good Lock gives you a lot of features, you know, within that app alone. And you have to download it from the Samsung store. I'll make sure I link that down in the description below. Now, the next thing we're gonna talk about is the S Pen. Now, for those who are not, again, if you're coming from an iPhone and any other devices, you're very new to the S Pen. The S Pen has a lot of capabilities, a lot of functions. So again, so when you click this button here, it brings up this little sub menu here. Where you can do create notes, view all notes, smart select, screen write. I mean, it has like a lot of different things. Just play with it. But for example, if you want to do glance, you can do glance. Now what glance is this? Say you are in Twitter, and let's say you kind of just want to lead out on glance. It'll make a little small window right here. Anytime you just want to take a little quick glance at it, literally a glance at it, you have your S Pen, and then bring it right up for you, like, oh, okay. And move it back, and goes back down. Okay, very simple, very easy to use. And when you get done with it, just take your pen, drag it up there, and it's gone. Now again, most people probably got this pen or got the phone because they know they can control media with their phone, with their S Pen. So again, let's kind of even show you how that works. You hold down the button on the S Pen, brings to the camera. And also, just to kind of let you guys know, this phone does have motion tracking as well. I don't know why to make it seem like the Pixel's the first thing to do that. So I can just show you, right? Hopefully the camera is able to pick this up. But if I wanted to hold the tracking down here, it follows it, as you guys can see that. So the Pixel's not the only phone that has motion tracking. The Samsung phone has had that for a while. I don't know why people kind of making this like a huge deal, but yeah, you do have tracking on your phone. But again, not to kind of get off the main subject of why we even did this, was to kind of show you that if you hold down the S Pen button, you bring up the camera, but you can bring up any other app you want. And I'll show you where you go to access that. And then if you double tap it, you can flip it. And now if you want to have it set up where it's like you hit it one time and record, you can do that too. So let's go ahead and check that out, right? So again, go right here to settings, go to S Pen, which is under advanced features. And here you have what you can do with the S Pen. You can unlock the S Pen with the remote. As long as you have like the S Pen out before you locked your phone, you can unlock it with the S Pen, which is very nifty. You got air view, direct pen input. There's a floating icon. If you don't want this little icon here and it's annoying, you can go ahead and turn that right off. Not a big deal. You can set it where it has an alarm if you go walk too far away from your S Pen, power saver mode, vibration. There's like a lot you can do, but even like even when you take it out, if you want the first thing that open up when you take an S Pen out is to create a note, which I should have, you can go ahead and do that. And then here you have S Pen shortcuts, where you can kind of set those apps in which you want that, like when you hit the floating icon, these are the apps you want to show up when you hit that little button on your S Pen. Now to kind of get to the remote control functions I was telling you about, it's in the same app here. You click on S Pen remote, and then you could change whichever app you want to make it work. So for example, here you got hold down camera to hold down pen to open camera. You could change that to open any app you want in here. And also you can control it for how you want to control with Chrome, Handcom Office, gallery. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this. Take pictures, music controls. You can even control your gallery with it if you want to go back or go forward. You could do that. And also, you know, since this is Bluetooth, you got to recharge it. But when you recharge it, man, you stick it in, it takes literally about 20 seconds. I've done this multiple times. I've stuck this pen in this phone for about 20 seconds and got a full charge again and was able to rock and roll. Next, we're going to talk about power saving. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of people don't use this functionality, but I'm telling you right now, this thing has come in clutch for me many a times. So with power saving, what you want to do is you have two different power saving options. You got the standard power saving, which is like here, which is mid. You get about 4 hours. We can go to details so you guys can see that. So you get about an extra 4. Well, here from what I have now already, I will only gain like a plus 49 minutes if I change the display resolution or to decrease the screen brightness. If I change these, the more this number will go up. So here, as you guys see, we gained about 4 minutes here. We lost about 6 minutes there. So, you know, again, adjust it to how you see fit. But then if you kind of like really in the crunch, you got the max battery life. You can add, right now with 25%, I can get an additional 8 hours and 22 minutes out of my phone, because it brings my phone down to bare minimum. It has a black background. And I'm telling you right now, this is definitely came in clutch when you kind of out somewhere, you get about 15% left, you're not around no charge. You like, man, how can I squeeze some more out of my phone? Boom, that's the thing you want to do. Now keep in mind, even with the mid power saver mode, most people don't tell you this, it kind of messes with your apps a little bit, right? So sometimes what happens is, because the resolution is not fit for that phone, so when I put it on 720p, you may go to Instagram, everything may look super huge or super small, and sometimes it doesn't operate well with all apps. But again, if you just kind of put it on there to kind of save battery life, I don't really think you care about how well it's working with the apps. You have to make sure your phone gets you throughout the day if you need it, which I totally get. Next, if you guys do like a lot of gaming on your phone, you have different performance modes. Now for me, I don't run my phone in high performance. I feel like Optimize is good enough for me. I just don't see the need for it. But when I do game, I do switch it over to game, and you can set how you want it, right? So for game, I drop the screen resolution down to about full HD. I increase the screen brightness to about 5%, and game launcher is already applied the moment I open that app. And what happens is, just kind of turn your phone on do not disturb. Game launcher with this performance mode, it just works really well for me. I seem like the games run better. I don't have people, you know, if people trying to text me or anything like that, I don't have to worry about that. It just works very well. Next, we're gonna talk about the camera. Now, most people don't know this, man, but if you never own a Samsung phone, you're not gonna know this. Now, I forgot to mention this beforehand, but with the camera, you double click the power button to open the camera, right? You probably already know that. But with selfie game, you really want to make sure you go to what's it here? You really want to make sure you click on these little 3 dots here, right? You click on that right there. You click on that and go off and turn on original. You don't want that beauty face stuff, man. For some odd reason, Samsung thinks people like to look like marshmallows or Michelin Man. I don't want that pasty stuff in my face, man. I don't. Please make sure you guys turn that off. It's gonna drive you crazy, trust me. But you do have different camera modes. So again, for people who come in like from iPhones, you pretty much have the same camera things that your iPhone has. So you got 1080p slow motion. Go ahead and switch up for you guys so you can see it. You got the portrait mode, which is live focus. You got pro mode. Now, again, you guys are probably not used to this, but pro mode, it gives you manual control of your camera. So if you're somewhere in a setting where it's like right now, it's too bright, you can go ahead and control that, bring down that f-stop or bring up the f-stop a little bit, and then you can go ahead and control the ISO to kind of make that picture look how you see fit. Then when you take it, you can go ahead, I have it set up where I save it as raw, because when I want to edit my photos through Snapseed, I'm getting a raw image out of that, and I can go ahead and make whatever color corrections I need. You also have panorama, slow motion at 1080p, 240 frames per second. Then you have the super slow mode, of course. I mean, again, play with your phone to learn it better than that, but you do have more options and sometimes more functionality than your iPhone. Also, just in case you're not aware of this, with video record, if you kind of want that buttery smooth looking 1080p 60 frames per second, click here on the settings, go to UHD videos. You got video settings. When you click on here, you have all the different video settings in which you can use your camera in its full capabilities. Now me, I run 4K 60 frames per second, but you only get a 5-minute limit with that. You can do 1080p 60 frames per second, and then you can also turn to H.624 file to kind of it does a better job of compression. But just keep in mind, anything pretty much above here, you lose video stabilization. I'm sorry, you only lose video stabilization on a 4K 60 frames per second, but you do lose track and autofocus and video effects on anything pretty much beyond here. And as you guys can see, you got different modes here. Even for the front facing camera, you want to record in 2K, you can record your stuff in 2K. Make sure it's the 8 megapixels, it's a 4:3 aspect ratio. I have my HDR on auto. You can have face shape correction on, you know, do it how you see fit. Then you have show palm. Now what show palm is, just so you guys can see that real quick. Again, this video is not for my Samsung users who've been doing this for a while. This is more so for people who are new, beginning, and kind of just want to know a little bit more about their phone. I know I'm late to this, but again, most people who just got their Note 9s now are asking me about this. So go ahead and switch over to selfie. So right now, if I want to take a selfie, right, I hold my hand up like that, it captures it. Boom, as you guys can see, it's the picture. Again, that's not really, if you had an S Pen, man, you don't really have to do that, but you know, if you just kind of want to show off and to show what your phone can do that the iPhone can do, then you could definitely do that. So we went over multitasking, we went over like, oh, another thing, I'm kind of just running through everything that I do to make sure that you guys had a full experience. Now with GPS, when you guys run your GPS on your Galaxy phones, here's the thing, I'm gonna be real with you. Galaxy phones are not great with standby time. It is what it is. I love Samsung devices, but for Samsung to be better and the best of everything, they gotta drop Android. But there are a couple of things you can do. So let's say if you wanna go ahead and open up Google Maps, the first thing it's gonna tell you to do is, you know, turn on high accuracy. But me, I normally keep mine on battery safe, and when I use map, it's gonna ask you, do you wanna turn your GPS on? I hit yes, but make sure you go back and turn that off. It's just something that I do just so I can make sure my battery stay maintained. Again, the Note 9 has a battery can last you throughout the day, but it's just something I do. It's just a habit. I just always go back to battery saver mode. It's just something to keep in mind. Now, one other thing I did forget to mention is always on display. I don't know why I didn't touch on that, but that would definitely be a new feature for you guys. I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit more. So with always on display, you can actually set up your own photo. So let's just shout out to Mondo Bites and Mondo Ferreira. I love his channel. Always on display. So for me, I have mine set up, right? So from 8 to 7, I want always on display on. You can, definitely show it as scheduled. So with always on display, you can have it where it has your home button displayed, home button and clock, or just clock. You can have it however you see fit. You can have an auto brightness on. You can turn off to save battery to stop showing when it's at 15% or less. And then you can go here and go to settings where you can actually change that photo. So for me, if I wanted to add an image of sort of Wally art, so I wanted to add this image here for my always on display. It's kind of dark, you really can't see it, but you can do that. But here you go here, you can change. You can even have your own GIF in here, whatever image you want, different clock settings. Like there's a lot of different things to choose from. The same thing can be said with your light screen as well. So next, and this is just right now, the last thing I want to talk about is just what messaging app I use. Now the messaging app I use now is Messages, which is Android, Android version of Messages. I no longer use Samsung stock Messages because pretty much Android Messages came such a long way. So even with its interfaces, you guys can see it looks a lot better. It looks a lot cleaner. So for example, if I wanted to hit my man's Kenny up, which is Beard Tech TV, I go ahead and I can send. Obviously, we got gifts. Again, you guys have gifts too. You can do gifts, you can do high fives, gifts, pictures. I can send him money if he had Google Pay, no different than Apple Pay. So we got GPay. Again, there's so many things that you're not really missing from your Apple phone that you still get on your Android phone. So if you want to send somebody money, you still can. If you want to pin your location, you can. If you want to share a contact, you can. If you want to send a voicemail, when you can. Even when if I send him an emoji, it'll be big just like it is on iMessage. You know what I mean? This keyboard is Gboard. I got the color preference set up as that, but you're not gonna be missing that. Android Messages, it will be like the closest thing you got to iMessage is you probably like, okay, I can work with this. Now what's cool is, right now, Android, all Android phones doesn't have RCS. All companies that does not support RCS. So certain features you won't get. So for me, my brother, he has Sprint, right? So he got Sprint now, he got the Note 9 with Sprint. So right here you can see, I can send him a chat message, which means RCS. And also he has Duo. So if I want to give him as you guys would call, FaceTime, I go ahead and click that button right there. It'll open Duo, then make that phone call to him, just like you see now. So again, Android Messages, make sure you check that out. Any app that I mentioned, I'll make sure I link down in the description below. But Messages is pretty much like, man, a really good second to iMessage. It's not, trust me, it's not iMessage yet, but it's close. You know what I mean? It's the best thing you're gonna get. Also, you can set it where you have Android Messages through the web, which will be right here, Messages for the web, and you also got dark mode, right? You can go ahead and enable Messages for the web, so maybe you at work or computer somewhere, you can go ahead and scan this QR code. It looks like this right here. When you would scan on a computer that you're using, and then whatever message comes through, you got to get that message on the computer, just like you would with FaceTime or iMessage. So, I mean, it's, I'm hoping that I didn't miss anything. Also, last little tidbit, if you're in the app, you want to kind of get back some real quick, double hit recent apps button, and take you back to exactly where you were. Now, I think I covered a lot for people who are just kind of like using their phone the first time. If I went too fast on this video, I apologize. I was trying to make it where it's like, boom, boom, boom. I don't want to make it too long and kind of drag this video out. I wanted to make sure I gave you everything pinpoint precise and kept it accurate and didn't miss anything. If I did miss anything, for all my expert Samsung users, man, help these people out. If y'all got something I need to share and that I missed, make sure y'all drop it down in the comment section below. Also, we doing a new thing, man. Just kind of show like our cohesiveness. Whatever your name is, add be nice to it. So for example, LaShawn, you know what I'm saying? My boy Sean, we always going back and forth on Twitter, whatever. He know about Heat Rock and Forest Walker. He would be like, Sean, be nice. You know what I'm saying? This hashtag, whatever your name is, be nice. We're gonna start the new movement. I don't wanna give a corny name like I was gonna come up with hashtag nice people, but most of y'all voted against that on the community tab. So whatever your name is, hashtag be nice. We're gonna start something new. Thank y'all for watching, man. Make sure to subscribe if this did help you out. And I got some more videos coming. My next video will more than likely be Samsung messages versus Android messages now in 2019 to kind of see where they were. I'll make sure I link the original video down in the description below if you want to check that out. But I will be doing an updated version of that so you guys can kind of see how far they've come. So with that being said, man, it's your boy Sean Be Nice. I'm out. Deuces.